Hi everyone, it's Tracy Newman from the Navigators Tarot and I am here with a general energy report for the week. It's going to be a beautiful day, the fog is lifting and yeah, it's sunshiny. Sunshiny, beautiful autumn day, very still, peaceful, lovely. Okay, so let us look at what is going on with the energies of the planet at the moment. You know, there's a lot of eclipse energy about, and there's a lot of, it's really interesting. The eclipse energies have really done a number on me and a couple of others that I've spoken to. None of us are sleeping. Tiredness, extreme tiredness, and I'm sure that everybody's being affected in different ways. Also, too, we're in Mercury retrograde, which is also another, instance where we, a lot of our inner healing will happen because usually triggered by outside events that have happened, like in the past, like with past relationships. Those sorts of things will come up to be healed. Yes, so anyway, oh, here we go. I'll have a look and see what that card is. The Self. We'll leave that one, I think. So everyone at the moment is going through a massive transformation, as is the earth plane, as within, so without, with everything, of course. Oh, the Queen of Fire. The feminine had this as well. Queen of Fire is a very charismatic, energetic, physically attractive, and also too attractive on every level. She is a woman of action. She will get things done. She's very organized. She knows exactly what she's doing on the earth plane, and that is also coming up for a lot of us at this point in time. Then we, hang on, we'll just, yep, so we'll have, yes, so we'll continue. Oh, interesting. There's a lot more incremental truths coming out. They're coming out, as I said, incrementally through the mainstream media, which we're beginning to see, and there's a lot of that. So with this woman too, this card of the Queen, she's also very honest, blatantly honest, and does tell the truth. In fact, almost cannot lie. She cannot lie, even if she tries to, will not. And it's interesting that she's come up in the general energy report. So there will be a lot of truths that will start to come out and incrementally through the media. And we are beginning to see that. There's a lot of fiery energy, so probably too, and there's a lot of sun flares as well at this point in time. There's also all the eclipse energies, which are also causing a lot of the weather anomalies, but then some of the weather anomalies and some of the earthquakes are also manipulated and also man-made. So, you have to be discerning about what is actually man-made and what is not. A lot of the earthquakes at the moment, we are in the middle of the man-made earthquake wars that were part of the Cabal plan to cause destruction and fear. And of course, they're still fighting back. So, it's of course pointless because they've already lost. So I don't actually understand there, but they of course will never surrender. But we will continue on. It's a good time at the moment to literally plant vegetables if you can. There may be a food shortage coming. A lot of the supermarkets I know have already begun to show that, but what I'm hearing is that there will be a food shortage, and of course it has been by design, so by the darker forces that are still fighting back on the earth plane. So be prepared for that. So actually get in and start to plant some vegetables, or find a source, a natural source for vegetables. Also too, I'm also picking up that a lot of our vegetables that we do get, be very careful and check the labels if there are labels on them, because what I'm getting is that a lot of them will be GMO, and there will be some, there is always some poisoning that happens with all vegetables anyway, but I'm actually hearing to, if you can get your vegetables from a natural source or an organic source, or from things like farmers markets, I think it's a really good time. Whoa, okay. So also what I'm hearing is that we need to start not boycotting, but spending less time in supermarkets, because that's where the food shortages will be. We need to now go back to a lot of our greengrocers and a lot of our private businesses that are around, start to actually to occupy them, those sources. I can't actually speak. It's all coming through, so I can't actually speak it. And I'm hearing this worldwide, we all need to start moving away from the supermarkets, because that's where all of these foods are going to be targeted. That's where our food shortages are going to come from, and also to some of the more poisonous aspects of our food will come from the supermarket. So if we can find natural food sources, from our own gardens, and also from farmers markets, and organic, natural, homegrown food, and that we're going to have to start to access some of those smaller businesses, because a lot of those businesses are going to begin to thrive, whereas the others will begin to fall with the old matrix corporate world, if that makes sense. So here I'm getting, yes, okay, so with the fall of that old world, it's interesting because, the mother, I kept wanting to put the Empress, she's upside down. I kept wanting to put her up this way, but they said no, upside down. And again, of course, so a lot of what is going on in our supermarkets will have there's no growth in any of those places, and the food that they provide will be detrimental to your health, and will not help it in any way, shape or form. It will cause probably with the original aspect of the Empress, of course, is someone that is nurturing, that is beautiful, that is heavily pregnant with possibilities. There is no growth in the supermarkets. They will eventually fall, and that's what I'm hearing. So if you can, maybe start to leave a lot of these supermarkets and go towards the smaller businesses, because a lot of the food shortages are going to come through the supermarkets and the poisoned food. Yes, so we are beginning to move into a new world of unconditional love. That's who we are. That's what we always have been. We're transforming, and of course, it will look like in the outer world that everything is crumbling and falling, and everything is in chaos. That we're moving into World War III. World War III has been here for a very, very long time, and we are actually moving out of. We're in the end times of World War III. But of course, the media will have you believe that we are moving into World War III. That is not the case. Galactically and esoterically, those wars are done. They have been done for quite some time now. And now it is just a 3D world, which has gone through a massive amount of change. Over the last few years, there have been all of the, if anybody knows about the dams, the tunnels, most of them have been cleaned out and destroyed and flooded. And so the world that we know is now beginning to fall, but the media will have you believe, because they are still controlled by the cabal. However, the truth is coming out incrementally. But and of course, they're going to try and strike back in any way, shape or form, like they are. But the world war on the earth plane has almost nearly ended, and we will be moving into a new world of love, unconditional love, and great amounts of light and creative potential for everyone. So we're transforming, we're going through a massive transformation on every level. So I would say right now, if you can at all possible, it is about going within and doing as much healing and change and being as truthful as you possibly can within, as within, so without. There is no one here but you, and everything else is just a projection. And if you can actually understand that on some level, go within, find the truth of who you are, express that in every way possible that you can, then you will see as your darkness begins to be healed and loved, accepted, and loses its control, then so you will see that in your outer world. So yes, so that's what I have for this week. Stay away from the supermarkets, and I mean, it's not about staying away. It's being very, I mean, eventually we will all, I mean, and the supermarkets are going to fall, and we will go back to these smaller communities where we will have smaller businesses and that we will occupy. And you know, there'll be whole food markets. But these supermarkets that we have are allowing a lot of the poisoned foods to come in, heavily chemically poisoned foods to come in. So just be very discerning. If you are in the supermarket, be very discerning about everything that you buy. But also we will be experiencing food shortages because I'm picking that up. All right, so anyway, if you haven't already, hit like and subscribe, and I shall see you on probably next week. Anyway, bye for now.